Howdy friends and neighbors, old Doc here. I thought I did a video on this and I looked last night and I couldn't find it. Maybe it's mixed in with another video, I'm not sure. But I got this, it's an Apache. It's a Chinese knockoff generator that's under probably 20 different names, and I got this last summer or last fall. It's got a diesel engine in it, and it doesn't run. Well, it runs, so I was wrong there, or misquoted. It does run. I put a battery in it, drained the old fuel out of it, and got it started. Part of the issue is these were supposedly really quiet diesel generators, and the reason they're quiet because they had so much foam insulation in them, and the mice got into it because this thing gets sat for years. Mice got in it, and you know what they did with foam insulation. So that aspect of it didn't last long. It took a lot of cleaning and to get all the mouse nest and ripped up insulation out of it. There is more insulation, or that's missing, clear up under. Hopefully you can see it. This box right here. There's the exhaust comes out of there almost into like a catalytic converter deal that's inside that box, and the mice chewed it out. And that catalytic converter thing, it gets cherry red when this thing's running. It takes like 10 seconds and that thing is cherry red. And the diesel tank is maybe a ½ inch above that metal box. So I got to come up with some kind of insulation to put back in there. If you guys got any ideas, let me know, because I'm not sure what's supposed to be in there. The pictures I've seen, it was like some foil covered stuff, but as hot as that, I mean, like I said, that catalytic converter thing, it turns cherry red, and it's quick. So it's gonna have to be some really high heat type stuff, I'd guess. But anyway, it does start and run. I don't have a battery in it right now, but that, like I said, that insulation's gone, and it just chugs black smoke. Now what they tell me is if it's black smoke, this little dude right here looks like the fuel injector, but it's not. That is the fuel pump. And there's a copper shim, and I'll show those to you in a minute, that looks like a gasket, kind of like a water pump, or not a water pump, a fuel pump gasket on an old car or pickup engine. If it's running, puking black smoke, they say it's out of time. And so what you have to do is add shims, those copper gaskets, underneath that fuel pump. It runs off of a lobe that spins, and it's a plunger that pushes that up and down, and that's what pumps the fuel. So I'm assuming if that cam or the lobe is worn on that pump, I'm assuming it's a longer stroke and it's pumping excess fuel. That's why you get the black smoke. If it's running too lean, then you take a shim out. That's my understanding. I don't think I've ran across any videos of these actually being worked on. People have done reviews on them under different names and things, and that's all I've found. Low oil shutdown, run, and then if the key doesn't work to shut it off, there's this red lever here. You push that down and that shuts it off. The fuel injector is clear up on top of the engine. I can't see it, but that's where the fuel injector is, and there's also a compression release up there. Now the later models, let me get up off my knees. The later models had an access door up here on top. So in cold weather, you could open that access door and pull the compression release lever, which looks a lot like this lever. Hold it, get it spinning over good, release it, and it'll start. So if for whatever reason I got to take this cabinet all apart, there is going to be an access door cutting top, and I may do it if the fuel tank doesn't cover it. I don't know how big the fuel tank is. If the fuel tank goes over the top of it, then it's not going to do us any good, but we'll find that out later. Let me get some tools gathered up, get a bucket to set on so I'm not down here in the rocks and dirt on my knees, and I'll do my best to record taking that fuel pump up and putting a shim under it. Yeah, let's see if we can get you in there. Hopefully not everything's in your road. With the glare, I can't see what you're seeing, so hopefully everything's in the shot. I got the fuel line pinched off there. I'm having a hard time seeing because of the glare in these glasses, my new glasses. She's supposed to be a hot one today, pretty near 90 degrees, and then tonight the temperature is supposed to drop again, and chance of rain mixed with snow. Uh-oh. Shoot. I guess that's just plugged in with a O-ring. Let me find a gas can or something. See if we can't drain that fuel out of it, and I'll bring you back. Okay, we got most of the fuel drained out. I just put the little grips on there to keep it from dripping too much. Looks like my hose is getting in pretty bad shape. There's what the shims look like. if you can see that. If you go to some of the websites that sell those, let me see if you're still, see if you, boy, you guys aren't going to be able to see crap. Let me try to readjust you here. Get things moved around. Yeah, if you go to some websites, I'm still trying to find a good place to put you guys so you can see. There you go. Maybe that will work and be out of my way. Both. They want like $32 each for those shims, or you can get, I think I got 10 of them for like $9 off Amazon. Okay, now I'm assuming we got to find a wrench for that fuel line that goes, I think it goes up to the fuel pump. And I don't know if I have a metric wrench that big, so I'll have to go in the shed and get the adjustable metric wrench. Hold on. Okay, I found my Harbor Freight I wonder. Okay. My Harbor Freight set of metric wrenches, so these fuel pumps aren't very expensive on Amazon. Whoop. I got one of you. They're not very expensive on Amazon. And this is not a Yanmar engine, but from what I gather, they are the same as a Yanmar L100. I know my hand's in the way, but the fuel pumps and the shims, the injectors, I think the whole engine, here we go, is all the parts are compatible with a Yanmar L100. I don't know that for a fact. I'm just, now what size are those? I'm having a hard time seeing. I have the sun to my back. Yeah, there's a 10 millimeter. went up to Dad's the other day and helped him with a couple little projects, and I couldn't get Matthews 41B started last week, and come to find out, after I had it flooded to the gills naturally, I wasn't getting any spark. I need a different wrench or something there. I wasn't getting any spark, so I took let me try a different 10 millimeter. Yeah, why would you? Let me find a 10 millimeter socket, see if I can get that broke loose. Okay, now we're back. I got 3 sets of, damn it, metric tools out here now. Anyway, I wasn't getting any spark, and I had just put new points, condenser, rotor, and cap on the magneto on Matthews B, and I'd cleaned it all up on the inside. So anyway, I took it up to Dad's with me, and while we were up there, we cleaned it all up on the inside. I tested the coil. The coil is okay, and I tested the condenser, and the condenser is a little bit out of spec, or capacitor, whatever you prefer to call it, same thing. And I tell you what, I hate buying condensers for engines anymore. You just well buy 2 or 3 of them, because I guarantee you, one of them, if you buy one, it's going to be junk right out of the box. And I've bought 2 before, and both of them were junk right in the box, and then try to get the damn parts store to stand behind them and take them back. So anyway, the condenser's borderline, but we got it to spark. I'm going to get a pair of side cutters and cut this zip tie just off camera, so I can get that sensor wire to give me enough room. So we got the magneto to work, or get spark out of it anyway. Oh shit. Okay, maybe that'll give me enough room to get that up and out of there. I'm hoping, yeah. I'd like to get it down out of there so I can look at it. Uh-oh. Was that our shim? I don't know what that wire on top goes to. It's not a 9mm, so it's probably an 8. And it's not even an 8. And I don't have anything smaller, I don't think. So I know I don't have you guys in frame, but I'm just taking that little nut loose on the wire on top of the and I'm going to turn you around here in just a minute, show you what I have. That blue wire that's floating up there, I just took that off the top of the okay. Let me get you turned around here. I'll show you what I've got. I want to see what I dropped. I'm assuming it's a shim. Yes, it is. If I can get my mitts in there to retrieve it. Okay, there's the shim. It's bent up. I don't know how it got bent. What I do with the So there's the fuel pump. Now what this jigger do, I don't know. Oh, apparently it moves. You can't turn that because these other holes aren't slotted. You know, while it's in, you can't turn it this way because there's studs up there and these holes aren't slotted. So I guess I'm not sure what that thing does, but I'm assuming if we add a shim, it's because this, see that shiny spot? That's wore just enough, or maybe the cam lobe that pushes that up and down is wore enough to where it's pumping too much fuel, getting too much stroke. That's my guess. That's what I'm going with for now. If adding shims doesn't cure it, then I guess I'll have to dismantle the whole thing and get a new injector, which if you go to the same places that sell these shims for $32 and change each, an injector is, what was it, 75 bucks I think it was, and change. But you can get them other places for a third of that. So anyway, let me get this all scoped out and kind of set back in there. You guys, hopefully you've seen me take it apart. If you couldn't see me take it apart, you're not going to see me put it back together, because my hands and wrenches will be in the way for that too. But I'm just going to clean that up, clean the base of that up, and clean up the spot there where it sits, and give you a shot of it. and add a couple of new shims. I think I'm going to leave that one out. Put 2 new ones in, put it back together, and we'll get a battery and see what happens. Okay, now we got you turned around the right way. Maybe you can, that little lever on the bottom of, I'm about to dump tools all over the place. Hold on. That little lever on the bottom, I believe, go down to the shutdown thing here. And whether I have it in the right position or not, I couldn't tell you. I'm hoping so. I kind of swung it off to the side. I tried taking pictures down inside there so I could see, and all it is a little thing that slides back and forth. So does the pin that hangs down, does it go on the nail side like my thumb? Is that pin that slides back and forth with this lever? So does that tit that hangs down go on the nail side of my thumb or on the meat side? I don't know. I got it on the nail side right now, so we'll find out. I'm gonna have to have both hands because I gotta move. I have to hold this fuel line out of the way to get the socket on this last little nut, and I'll put the fuel line back in, which is just held in by a little O-ring that snaps in, and put this fuel line on, and hopefully we don't cross thread it, and I'll bring you back. Okay, I think we got her started. Anyway, Dad and I got spark on the let me move the camera holder on the magneto, and I put it back on the tractor yesterday, but I didn't try to start it. Well, I'm hoping I didn't bung those. I don't think I got it cross-threaded. I turned it on there quite a bit with my fingers. I had to go in the house and get that little light to put on there, but I think everything is all right. We have the fuel line that's snapped back in there, so I guess I'll go. I got a small battery for the four-wheeler. It's supposed to be new. I had it on the charger a month or so ago to top it off, but that don't mean it's not dead, because we've had cold weather since. Anyway, I'll go get the battery, hook it up, and pour some of that fuel back in it, see if we have fuel spraying and blowing, and see if we have a runaway, whatever. I'll bring you back. Well, I guess we'll see what happens here. This thing jostles around, I'm gonna have tools flying all over the place. Power's on, circuit breaker's off. I'm not getting a good connection. Let me try to vice grip something together here. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna have to put you guys back in the holder so I can hold that ground. Okay, whatever happened, we weren't recording. We'll try it again. We do have our fuel line doesn't want to stay plugged in for whatever reason. Might have to get some new O-rings on it or whatever, but we're dripping fuel for one thing. And we'll try to get you in here. Now, the smoke will come out of this end. It'll be blacker than if it didn't do any good. I'm having trouble with my not battery cables. Okay, we're still getting black smoke. It's not as bad as it was. So I may get an injector and we'll continue this at another time. And apparently I don't have that little tip thing right there. Because I pushed this stop button, it flipped back and it kept running until I shut that switch off. So we're dripping fuel. I'm going to drain the fuel back out of it. So whatever insulation is left in there isn't completely soaked and we end up with a firebomb someday. So friends and neighbors, that's going to be the video for today anyway. Maybe the rest of the week, I don't know. Well, Sunday's Easter. Today is Tuesday, I believe. Monday or Tuesday. Today's Monday. So that's that. We'll have to do some more work on that. I'll put it back together off camera. We haven't done much as far as on the Bobcat. I haven't make a door yet, but it's about that time of year. I'm not going to need a cab on it anyway, you know, enclosed, because I'm going to enclose it with plexiglass. So it'll probably come off here before too long. I got these little plastic push-in end caps. They worked out great. Got them off of Amazon, so hopefully it'll help keep some of the rain and dirt and crap out of there. Because if you've been following along, there was one, I think it's that bar right there, had water in it before when it was a stock rack, and it was full of dirt, and it froze and it swelled it up and split it on the bottom. So we're going to try to avoid some of that. I mean, it's no big deal, but whatever. So friends and neighbors, thank you for the new subscribers. I don't YouTube doesn't pay me, and I don't care if I get paid from them or not. I'm not out for money from them, never have been, and I don't have enough content to get paid. So thanks to the new subscribers. Hopefully you got something out of this Apache generator deal, and we're not done screwing with it. But boy, is it a bear. I took the air cleaner off just in case we had a runaway. And I'm glad we avoided that. So anyway, when we get back to this, I think we're just going to have to take the whole cabinet apart. You got to take all the screws out of both ends, the muffler on the other end, and I don't know what it's all going to entail to get to the top of this thing for the injector. You can't even see it up in there. Where's my light? Let me look. Get the light. No, but I do have a whole bunch of mouse nests back there yet, if you can see it. So yeah, we'll continue this later on in the summer. I think I want to get the Bobcat painted this summer. It's not going to be a complete take everything apart and make it look like it's brand new type of deal. It's just going to be hit the high spots and shoot it. So oh, I forgot to mention last time I talked to my friend Steve about getting his dad's H going again, and he still wants to do it, but the issue is he let somebody store some things in the garage that the tractor's in, and the tractor naturally, it's clear in the back of the garage, and I guess the person that has all the stuff just disappeared. He can't get a hold of them. They won't come and get their junk out of his garage. So that's the hold up with that. As soon as we get that mess straightened out, why, we'll get that Farm All H running for Steve. The last time I seen it, I think Steve's nephews painted it all up for Steve's dad, and they were driving it in local parades and stuff. Really nice tractor, but it's been sitting for a long time, and Steve wants us to get it going. So we haven't forgot about that, and it's still, you know, whenever Steve's ready to do it, we're going to jump right on it. So there's something to look forward to, I guess. So with that, friends and neighbors, be kind to yourself, be kind to a friend, stranger, loved one. And I got too many clothes on. I got this hooded sweatshirt on, and it is plenty. I don't think it's even 70 degrees yet, but I'm plenty warm. This shirt's about to come off. Cornbread, he already had his morning run, went over and visited Grandma, and we got moles digging in the yard already, and we're bone dry here. We've had so many fires, out of control fires, because we've had bad wind too, and they're just getting those put out and under control. Moles digging in the yard. I put the magneto back on Matthew's tractor yesterday evening about 5-6 o'clock, and there's yellow jackets flying around over there already. I don't get it, you know. We've had some nice weather, but then it dropped down to single digits, and here we are again. So hopefully I'm in frame. Not that you want to see my ugly gourd, but sorry about your luck. Friends and neighbors, happy trails.
careful that thing doesn't roll off of there. That pallet isn't very good, and those tartan straps are holding it on there somewhat. I can't tip it back any further. Okay, I'm going to shut you guys off. All I got to do is take the nuts off those two bolts and back away from it. That's all I have left. Happy trails, friends and neighbors.